morning, guys. Happy Sunday. So I am actually just about to head out. I am taking this tiny one to his social. On every Sunday I go to like a dog social, and usually I will bring both Charlie and Archer, but we're working on gaining him some independent confidence so then he can be an independent man. But that's the reason that I'm only taking him. But I wanted to vlog today because I am going to be doing a social media free Sunday. I've never done this before. It's going to be really interesting. So I will update you guys a little bit after social because I need to get going, but I did want to get this vlog started. Are you ready to see some dogs, sir? I am obviously back from social. It was fun. Archer did a lot of playing, and I just love like starting my Sundays with seeing dogs playing and having a good time. I can't think of anything better, honestly. I am really excited about this little challenge. It's actually something that I'm going to be trying to do every Sunday, have my kind of social media free Sundays. And I think Sunday is the perfect day to do it because Sunday is really my day. Like, it's my favorite day of the week, honestly, because I love taking the time to reset and get ready for a fresh week. So I have quite a bit that I need to do today, but it's all things that I'm excited about. Like, I need to plan my menu for the next week, make my grocery list, and I will probably go for groceries a little bit later. And then I have like some house cleaning things to do, but you will have seen that in my Sunday reset video that I did. I'll kind of show you guys like what that means for me, what a reset means, but I'm not really going into absolutely everything. I'll probably do that in the future because when I filmed that I was still kind of like figuring it out, but I am not going to like completely cut myself off from everyone. What I'm going to do on Sundays, instead of taking the time to just be like scrolling through Instagram or TikTok or whatever and kind of getting that like quick fix for social interaction, I'm actually going to use Sunday to connect with my loved ones. So I did actually already call my oldest sister and I talked to her for a little bit, and I'm going to call my parents later, and then I'm going to call my middle sister later, I think, if she is available. But I think it's fun to kind of like replace that really quick social interaction with actual meaningful interactions that I might not have time for throughout the week, or I might not like make as much time for, and they're things that make me feel really good. So I'm very excited to like talk to everyone today and still be able to have my little like reset day of self-care. Is definitely something that I need to do today, actually, and I think it's going to be great to be able to have like my everything shower, which I'm actually probably going to do a bath, but to have that like without any social media to distract me, that's going to be really lovely. But what I mean is like it's going to be a nice balanced day of having some social interaction with people I love and making sure that I'm making time for that and not wasting time with scrolling. But I'm still going to be able to like make time for things that I do actually need to do. I don't think my screen time is like that bad compared to other people, but it might be. Let's take a look. I'm not like entirely sure, but I feel like I don't spend that much time scrolling on things. Lately, the thing that I've been scrolling on the most has been Pinterest. So I have actually also blocked Pinterest because I do love Pinterest. Like, I feel like it's a place that I get a lot of inspiration and makes me feel good, but it's also something that like I'm not wanting to, you know, be on constantly. So let's see what my activity is. So my total screen time for last week was 80 hours and 13 minutes, but that's across like everything. So that also is counting Notion. That's where I spend the most of my screen time, actually, and YouTube. I'm not really counting YouTube as one of my social media things because I like watching YouTube videos and it's not really something that I'm like scrolling on and not paying attention to. It's something that I watch while I'm doing other things. But let's look at the actual like time that I was spending on each app. So on TikTok I was spending 2 hours and 3 minutes. On Facebook I was spending 1 hour and 53 minutes. On Instagram I spent 3 hours and 13 minutes, and on Pinterest I spent 5 hours and 40 minutes. That's a lot of time, right? Like, that is a lot of time that I could be better spending in other ways that will make me feel better. I think having a little social media detox is never really a bad thing, but I do find myself like today, when I'm doing certain things, I'll always like pick up my phone and go to social media and I'm like, oh dang it, I like forgot. But to make sure that I'm actually sticking to it, I have set myself a time limit on screen time for specifically on Sundays that I'm only allowed 1 minute. So then like if I open it, it's pretty much going to close right away, which is really helping. So I am going to start off with doing some weekly planning and getting my grocery list and stuff ready. And it's going to be a really good day. I'm excited. I'm already feeling really good. My week is pretty much all planned. I was able to stay really focused on that, but I think I'm gonna do a video in the future about like how I plan my week, because I think I have it down to like science almost. But I am really excited about like filming and stuff. That's how I know that like the changes I've been making with my channel and the content that I've been making have been good, because I feel genuinely excited about like everything that I have planned, which is awesome. But I haven't really noticed like a huge difference with not having social media. Part of it, I guess, Sunday's a good day to do it because it is a day where I have a lot that I want to accomplish, and it's an easy day for me to kind of get like sucked into, oh, it's Sunday, I'm just gonna like relax and scroll on stuff forever. But the other thing is that sometimes it's like usually a day where I have so many things that I'm wanting to do that I don't really reach for my phone as often. Like I find that the only time that I've really noticed it is when I get a notification from Instagram about a comment that I want to reply to. And then the other time is honestly when I'm peeing, like, because usually I'll go on my phone when I'm in the bathroom, and I can't do that. I mean, I can, but there's not much for me to do on here. But it has been like challenging me to find other things that I can do like on my phone other than just scrolling on stuff. So I do have like my ebooks on my phone, which is really nice. So I guess it has been kind of like affecting my ability to focus, and that like I am actually able to focus on things. But I am going to write out my menu for the week now and come up with a little grocery list. Like this week is kind of different than others because we're not going to be home for the whole week. So I don't think I'm going to do groceries until we get back, because that will make the most sense. We're going to stay with my boyfriend's parents for a couple of days, but I have to say I am enjoying not having my phone, but at the same time, like, I just haven't really noticed a huge difference so far. I think if I do decide to go in the pool later, I will notice, because sometimes when I'm in the pool, I'll just like walk around and watch TikToks, or I will sit there and read my book. But if I don't have my book, then I will be walking around and like watching TikToks and just going on social media. But I think because I've been keeping myself busy today so far, haven't really noticed much of a difference, but we'll see if that changes. So I'm going to go for a bike ride now. I'm probably going to go by like the water that is by me and just bike. I just keep going until I want to stop. Today I do kind of have to keep a better eye on the time though, because I have reading sprints that I'm doing at 2, and right now it's like 12:45. And last Sunday when I went for my bike ride, because I just kind of keep on going until I want to turn around, I ended up being gone for like almost an hour and 40 minutes. So today I'm kind of aiming for an hour, but we'll see how the day goes. And obviously, like when I'm riding my bike, I'm not really wanting to go on social media. I think that the challenge is going to be more so like when I'm just not doing anything. But I've actually been doing a really good job of keeping myself busy. Maybe because I know that like I can't just sit there and scroll. I don't know. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I got real distracted because my sister's water broke. So it's been a little bit, I apologize, but yeah, I am going to give myself a little self-care bath now, which I'm excited about. I have been finding it a little bit harder to not go on social media now that I'm kind of just like chilling, basically. And usually when I'm having my little self-care bath, I will kind of like scroll on stuff. So this is going to be kind of a challenge. I'm not sure if I'm going to just like watch some YouTube videos or what. I might just like put on some music. I think I'm gonna kind of challenge myself to not really do anything and just put some relaxing music on, because I have like this speaker here, so I can put that on and just like chill. Because usually I always have something playing on the background, like whether it's a podcast or a YouTube video or whatever, there's probably something behind that, but that's usually what I will do. So I'm going to try and just like not, and just exist. I've got pretty much all my bath stuff ready though. I have a candle that I'm going to light. I've got my speaker as I showed you. I think I'm going to grab my Galaxy light from the bedroom and just have that on for the vibes purely. I have some Epsom salts right here. I have never used Epsom salts. Maybe I'll use them now. I don't know. Can you still like wash your hair and stuff when you have Epsom salts? I'm probably just gonna do it anyways, because I'm probably going to shower tomorrow morning as it is. So I don't know. Oh, it's open. They smell really nice. I've literally never used these, but I've heard good things. And I have my moisturizer for when I get out of the tub. I really need to shave. It's been forever. And like, since it's summer, my legs, I need to shave them. But I also actually, speaking of, have some exfoliator. So I haven't used this before either. I like recently was filming a vlog and I got all of this like bath stuff. So this is gonna be fun. I'm excited. I've been looking forward to this all week and like having my little self-care moment and just chilling. And I think it's going to be really nice to just not do anything, you know? I think that is exactly what I'm needing, even though usually I will try and have things going on. I think just chilling will be really nice. Okay, I think I'm going to put on this like spa music. Oh yeah, that's seeming like the vibe right now. I am definitely going to do that. It's not really gonna fit the fact that like the speaker has a bunch of lights on it that are kind of more like I'm at a rave, but whatever. Yes. Also, obviously I'm not gonna film this, but you'll get the point. I'm not gonna lie, I do find it kind of funny that my sister is literally actively giving birth and I'm sitting here with a face mask and and just gave myself like the most relaxing self-care bath. But I mean, it is what it is. Usually when I have a face mask on, like this is the time of day that it's hard, because usually this is the time of day that I'm like, okay, I can just relax, I can just chill. And oftentimes this is when I will kind of sit and just scroll mindlessly on social media. So I'm not gonna lie, I am finding it hard right now. And earlier today, I accidentally ignored the time limit on Instagram just out of habit because I'm so bad for doing that all the time. So I completely ignored it. So now there's been a couple of times where I've opened it and then I've been on for like a minute and then I'm like, oh crap. And I like remember and then I close it right away. Like I'm just so out of habit, honestly. I can't take myself seriously right now. But I'm going to probably read, because I didn't really read in the pool earlier. I was more just like cooling off from my bike ride. So I think I'm gonna take this time to read a little bit, because why not? I feel thoroughly clean and now I can look at myself, so that's nice. But I did an aloe vera mask because my nose kind of burnt a little bit. I think that it's from when I went on my bike ride. I'm like religiously applying sunscreen, but I hadn't applied like a new layer of sunscreen before going for my bike ride, and I think I probably needed it. So next time I will do that, and I'll also make sure to bring some with me. But I did read quite a bit of my book, Wanderlust, and I am liking it so far, although it's kind of more at like a hate point between the two characters, and that's never really my favorite, but it is keeping me engaged. And I ended up reading pretty much that whole time when I was waiting for my mask and everything. But I also have been reading a ton of The Daydreamers. Actually, I've been listening to that audiobook a lot. So I thought I was almost done with it. Like, there was a twist that happened in it that I totally wasn't expecting, and that was very interesting. I have like 3 hours left, so I've listened to 7 hours of it, and I started it yesterday. I listened to it on my whole bike ride, and I just couldn't stop. And it's really nice to just be sitting and listening to my audiobook, not really worrying about social media. But I am going to have dinner now because I actually haven't had dinner yet, even though I am kind of like ready for bed and everything. But I wanted to give my hair, actually I should take it out of the bun because it's never gonna dry otherwise, but basically I wanted to give my hair enough time to dry. I put some product in it too. Ooh, it smells so good and clean. I just feel so lovely and so clean, and it was actually really nice to just sit there and just have some like relaxing music on and not really be worrying about anything. I realized that I actually never really spend any time in silence. Like, I even find it very hard going to sleep without something playing. Lately, I used to just watch whatever YouTube videos, but lately I've been listening to like sleep stories and different sleep podcasts and stuff like that, and that's been very nice. I've always struggled with my sleep, but I kind of realized like since even then I am listening to something, because if not, that's kind of the only time that I'm not listening to anything, and then my mind just like won't stop. So it was kind of refreshing, although like weird, to be sitting there and not really doing anything and just like chilling. You know, I don't know how to describe it, but it was definitely interesting, and I think it's something that I'm going to try and do a little bit more often. But I am hungry, so I'm gonna make dinner now. Made myself dinner. I mean, didn't really make it. I reheated most of it. I had actually made the chicken earlier tonight because my boyfriend was leaving for work, so I just make it a little bit early and then I just heat it up. But I had some leftovers from when I made these delicious chicken katsu bowls, but I didn't have any of the chicken katsu left, so I actually had like a pre-marinated miso ginger chicken breast that I thought would be really good with it. So I'm going to try that now. It's just that with sushi rice, some edamame, there's some soy sauce in there, and also like a homemade spicy mayo. It is really good. I think I used too much of the spicy mayo because I used like what was left over, and I have a very low spice tolerance, and it is hurting a little bit, but it's fine. I did take a little bit of a break from my social media break just because I posted a new video today, so I had a couple of like social posts just paired with it that I just went on really quickly to post, and then I closed it again. But I want to show you, I finished my to-do list. Thankfully, you can't see that at all. There you go. Wait, kind of? Okay. Well, anyways, my to-do list for the day is done. So I'm really, really happy about that. Ironically, I didn't get to one of the things and I ended up moving it for tomorrow. And ironically, one of my plans for today was actually to film some TikToks, which is just kind of funny because I was taking today off of social media, but that I didn't end up getting to. And now it's just like dark and gloomy and I'm not really feeling like it. So I just moved it to tomorrow. But other than that, I got a lot done today, like so much. I went for like an hour and almost 20-minute bike ride, a 20-kilometer bike ride. I posted a new video, as I said. What else did I do? Because now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I can't think of anything. Really, I did a lot of like cleaning. I did some vacuuming. I just did like the weekly cleaning things that I don't normally get to. And of course I had my really nice like self-care moment, which was very, very great. So I got so much done today. And I don't know if that's just because I was focused or because I didn't have social media to distract me. I think it is kind of partially because I didn't have the distraction of social media, because like I said, now is really a time when I would just sit there and endlessly scroll. Like, it's 8 p.m. and I try to go to bed at 8 p.m. And when I'm in bed at that time, I'm really just like taking that time and just scrolling through different social media. Usually it's just been like, I've been on Pinterest a lot and just mindlessly scrolling on Instagram. But it's nice that like I don't really have that distraction right now. So I am going to go up to bed and I'm going to like kind of tidy up the living room a little bit first. I honestly don't have all that much to do because I've been keeping up with it, but I'm going to put like the dog's toys and stuff away so then I will be fully ready for tomorrow. And other than that, I just need to like brush my teeth and do my journaling for the day. And then I'm just gonna kind of relax a little bit, maybe do a little bit of reading before bed. I don't really know. Like, honestly, right before bed has been my major social media time, and I know that's so bad. Like, I really shouldn't be doing that. I'm good about in the morning. For the first hour of the day, every day, I don't go on social media. I make sure that I'm not starting the day with that. But at nighttime, I'm just kind of like, oh, like I'm turning off for the day, right? So it's time to relax and just kind of chill. And that's like one of my number one signals that I'm relaxing and chilling is I'm just scrolling on social media mindlessly. But that's definitely time that I could take to read because that does help to relax me. And I used to be really good about that, but I don't know why I haven't really been as good lately. Whatever, there's a storm rolling in, so I am not happy about that because I'm terrified of thunderstorms, and especially when I'm by myself. Not a fan of that, so hopefully it's not going to be a bad one, but I'm going to try and go and relax. I don't know why I keep telling you that instead of just doing it, but it's like I'm kind of procrastinating going upstairs to bed because I don't know what to do if I don't have my phone to scroll. I don't know. Whatever, I'm gonna go now. I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling very, very relaxed. This has just been a really lovely night and a really lovely day, honestly. Like, I feel like I didn't realize how much I like reached for my phone throughout the day until I did this. I didn't realize how many times I'm reaching for social media more so than anything. And it was just very like eye-opening for me to realize just how often I was just mindlessly scrolling because I was kind of uncomfortable sitting there and doing nothing. But to be honest, like I've been sitting here and I have some like rain lo-fi on because it's storming out and it's making me less anxious about that, although the worst of the storm seems to have passed for now. But I'm sitting here like surrounded by all of the pets and just relaxing. Like I did my journaling and then I just sat here and haven't picked up a book. Haven't done any of that. I am getting very tired though, but it's kind of early. Like as much as I like to be in bed by 8, I try and go to sleep at like 9:30 to like 10, but I am already kind of feeling a little bit tired. But if I end up falling asleep earlier than expected, like that's not the worst thing, right? There could be worse things, so I would be fine with that. I did forget to bring my camera up here, and honestly, I'm so chill that we're just gonna film this on my phone. But I was looking at my screen time for the day, and it is like close to nothing. I think I have, because I had to post that Instagram and that TikTok, I have like 5-6 minutes on each platform, and then Facebook I don't have anything, and what's the other one? Why can't I think of it? Pinterest I don't have anything. I think it was like a minute or something like that. So I have done really well, but I was looking back on my old like habits, and it kind of depends on the day, to be honest, like how much I'm using my, that was a really big flash of lightning, but how much I am using social media. Like I have one day when I was looking back where I was on Pinterest for like 30 minutes, one day where I was on for 10 minutes, another day where I was on for like 2.5 hours. So it really depends, but definitely like 2.5 hours is way more than I would like. And also I should mention this is across all of my devices. So this is counting my iPad as well as my phone. So it's everything combined. But I did want to mention actually, and this isn't sponsored, I got an app recently that actually was advertised to me on Instagram. And usually it will take a while for me to get an app that's advertised to me on Instagram, but this one, for some reason, it like spoke to me. So I ended up getting it, and it's called Well Spent. And essentially it's like connected to your screen time, like the time limits that you can set on your phone, which I've had them like scheduled for a very long time. But as I realized today, I'm so in the habit of just ignoring it and not paying attention to it and saying like, ignore the limit for today. That's literally what I did out of habit and on autopilot on Instagram today. So that's like very telling. This app, it like lets you set different like things that you want to focus on based on the list that they have, and then it will actually give you like a specific message instead of saying like you've reached your limit. It will say like, oh, shouldn't you like call a loved one, or do you want to go outside, like blah, 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 things like that. And honestly, it's been making such a huge difference. It will actually remind you before you even hit your limit. Like, you can change the amount of time, but every 5 minutes I have it set to remind me now and be like, hey, shouldn't you be doing something else? And it's not in like a guilty way, it's in a very positive way. And I have not ignored it once. The only time that I ignored it was when I actually was like working, because a lot of the times I will ignore my time limit because I'm like, oh, well, I've been working, so it doesn't really count. But at the same time, I am still like spending a lot of time on social media. So I find that this makes me more mindful, which is very nice. So I would recommend that if this is something that you have been struggling with, because honestly, it's been helping me a lot. Maybe it will help you too. I don't know. You got to find what works for you. Like, what works for me and what works for other people might not be for you. And that's totally good. Okay. My hair is doing a lot of things on my head right now, but ultimately I kind of wanted to come on and let you guys know how I'm feeling now that I finished this. And I obviously, like, as I've said, I've been feeling really, really good, but I feel like I'm proud of myself for being successful of it. It's made me a lot more conscious of how much time I normally am spending on social media. And it's also like opened me up to finding other things to do when I would normally reach for my phone and reach for social media, because I just need something like quick to do. I don't want to get involved in something that is going to kind of suck me away. That's usually the times that I will reach for it, but it's made me think, okay, maybe I could like read a couple pages of my book here, and that's obviously going to add up, and that's like something that I actually want to do. Or like just doing some French lessons on my phone too. That is something that's a little bit more productive than social media. So I was reaching for that instead. It was just a very like interesting kind of experiment that I was doing. I feel like I might try doing it on a different day as well. Like doing it on an actual weekday might be interesting, because I find that honestly depends on the day, but sometimes on the weekends I don't really like, I'm not really on social media very much anyways. So it really just depends on the day, but I think that it is still like a good thing to do. And I think I'm going to try and have Sundays as being my social media free day, but I might see what else ends up like working out better for me. So that is going to be all for this video. I hope you enjoyed coming on this little experiment with me. I think that if you find that social media is affecting your mental health, which I know that it definitely will a lot of times with me, and it's something like just easy if I'm not feeling like doing anything, I think it's worth trying this and worth like being uncomfortable, like basically forcing yourself to be comfortable being uncomfortable, you know? I feel like that's a good thing to do. It will help you be a little bit more mindful, if that makes sense. But that is going to be all. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in another video soon. Bye!